Hi everybody, welcome to another Conversations in Wire with me, your host, James Browning. I am a sales representative here at the Softflex company. We are a jewelry wire manufacturer based out of Sonoma, California. We do have a gallery, so if you're ever in our area, feel free to stop by. It's open on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So today we're going to be doing something a little Christmassy. We're going to be making a ornament with the WigJig and some craft wire. So here is an example. It's just going to be a super quick little ornament. So not a long video today, but it will be really fun because you'll be able to get these done in time for Christmas. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let's just dive right in. So we're going to be using the WigJig Olympus. WigJig Olympus Lite. So it's not quite as big as the Olympus, it's just a little bit smaller, but it is bigger in both the little holes as well as the actual working surface than the Delphi. And I'm going to be using all of the little pegs. So just dump those out, get them ready. And then I'm also going to be using one of the pegs here in this is the small super pegs, and you can get both the WigJig Olympus Lite and the super pegs on our website, which is www.softflexcompany.com. I'm going to be using the 4mm, I think this is. So there's this little teeny one, and then there's the next smaller one, and that's the one we're using. Okay, and then for tools, I want a round nose, my nylon jaw, and then just some regular cutters. And then I'm using 20 gauge wire for this project. You can use 18 gauge. I actually did use 18 gauge for the green here because I actually didn't have any 20. So then we've got a smaller look for the red, which is 20 gauge, and then chunky for 18 gauge. And I even made a little hook out of the same wire. So, and see afterwards, you can start designing with beads. I put some beads in here, just kind of wired them on both, and put a little tassel. And I used wire instead of string, just because that's what I had. So, feel free to dress up your snowflakes. This is one of my prototypes that I was doing when I was trying to figure out how to do this. This is a discontinued color. It's a blue, kind of a baby blue. But then if you see, I used just the pegs in the middle part, so it all has the same basic size of loops. So you can really mess with this design if you want to. One of the cool things about the WigJig is that it's clear, so you can print out or copy like I did. The back of the package should have this little template. And what I did was I copied down where I put my pegs on the template, so now I know where to put them when I start. So, and then I also noted that this in here is going to be where I'm putting the big ones. So, and then over here, I just basically designed it, so how I did my loop. So in case you were wondering what all the scribbles were, that's what that is. I also noted where to end, so you can do a lot of things with this little template just to keep yourself knowing what's going on, basically. So let's go ahead and start getting set up here. Alright, so this one here, this number 13, this basically is my starting peg. It's going to be where I put my first loop, and then I'm going to put one there, and then just make a little triangle here in the corner. Now I'm not going to put all of my pegs in at once, just because I want to make it easy the first time I go around. And then I'll leave them in for the second, because what we're going to do is we're basically going to make 3 of these, and then take it off and make 3 more. So it's really quick, really simple. I keep my wire on the spool because it just seems easier to keep it all together for this project. I didn't really measure out how much it would take to do a project like this off this spool, but I'm assuming it's at least a yard. Alright, so the first thing you do when working with the WigJig is you make a loop on the end so that it fits over this, and that's about here on my pliers here. There's a little P-loop, and then I'm going to put it so that the P is facing away from me. Okay. So what I'm going to do, the cool thing about playing with the WigJig is that instead of having to work your wire, you can actually just spin the jig. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to this first one here. So we've put on the P facing backwards or away from us. We're going to go to the first peg here, and we're just going to spin it around and make a loop. So that's our first big loop. We're going to continue to this next one here, and we're going to make another loop. And then we're just going to go up to the next one, up here in the corner, and we're going to make a loop. Now, if you notice, I'm keeping my finger here to control the wire to make sure it goes where it goes and to keep it all down so it's not up and falling off. So, and we make our third loop here. Okay, so now, because I only have one of these big pegs, I'm going to take it off gently. I'm going to put it back on so I know where it goes. So take it off, and I put it down here where I've made another circle. And actually, I'm going to take this moment to put on the next set of 3. And if you note, you can see the pattern. It's basically 3 apart, and then 1, skip 1, 1, skip 1, 1, 3 apart, 1, skip 1, 1, skip 1, 1. And then the big pegs are 1, 2, 3, 4 holes down from these outside corners. So it's nice and symmetrical. Okay, so we're going to keep going around. And I'm twisting the jig clockwise, which basically means I'm going counterclockwise with my wire. So you could twist it the other way if you like. Just make sure that you keep twisting in a consistent pattern so that it all looks good. Okay, and so now I'm going to, there's the next one. We can check by going 1, 2, 3, 4 down from this. Take that out and plug it in, and then go back around. Now, I have enough pins to do one more corner thing here. So we've got this line back up here, and we can check 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put one there. I'm going to skip one, and then we're going to turn the corner and skip another one, and that's where that lives. Okay. And we're just looping the loops. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to finish this loop here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 down. 2, 3, 4 down. And I'm going to loop this. Okay. So now I've got a complete 3. So I'm going to take this off. And it gets a little tricky when you're actually removing it all. But do not stress. Okay, so now I'm going to get back my paper just to help you visualize. And we're going to go back to basically step 1. I'm going to put my big hole back. And I'm going to hook my last thing that I made right on that. So then I can just continue. Okay. And we're moving over. So this this is where it gets a little fun because it's going to be a little tight working. But it's okay. We will fiddle with it when we are all done. Oh, hope I have enough wire on this spool to finish this project. Okay, and then we go around. And I moved my big peg. 2, 3, 4. And up. So this can go out of the way now. And I'm going to end it on this peg. I'm not going to do one more big. I'm going to actually end it right here because since we started on this one, this becomes this point. So let me just clip this off. And we can pop this out. Okay, see? I know this does not look much right now, but if you start to fiddle, so you basically kind of cinch up your V's here. The best way to do that without losing your circle is to grab onto the circle so that circle stays nice and neat. And this is the fiddling process, right guys? So I'm going to take my pliers. I actually have a pair of chain nose, and I'm just kind of going to twist this head so it's that way. And then I can connect it to this other one. Just like that. And I'll close it up. Okay, so now let's just fiddle this all where it's supposed to live. Now if one of your big holes gets kind of messed up, you can push it back down onto your big peg, and that will round it back up again. So there you have it. A big old star. Or a snowflake. I think it looks more like a snowflake. But then you can take your time and then throw some beads on there. You could do some extra wire wrapping. You can kind of use this shape to maybe explore and do a holly leaf. Feel free to play with this design. I think it's very fun, and it would make like great Christmas card ornament things. I don't know if you guys do that. But yeah, feel free to have fun with this. And that was my quick video for today. I hope you guys had a great holiday, and I will see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.